Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 7 of.
Sorry.
What is?
It's so formal now.
Your first one was just you smacking your hands. You're like, let's go.
This
And
is
then
like the
was
complete
hello,
opposite.
Everybody. Yeah.
Okay.
You're so
gosh.
sweet, Kelsey.
Okay. All right. Are we good? Can we do this?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Kelsey of the Herberted Step Gibsons, and I wanted to welcome everybody to week 7 of the official fantasy football podcast, the official league fantasy. Oh, God.
Welcome to the Bands Make Her Dance Fantasy Football League Podcast with your hosts, Taylor LaPrairie and Joe LaFever.
What's up, guys? Welcome in week 7, Thursday, October 21st. 10 days from spooky season. It's almost Halloween, guys. I see Taylor is dressed as a lumberjack today. Taylor, good to see you, brother.
Good to see you too. I just am trying to really embrace the festive weather. It was like 50 degrees in the morning the past week at our rehearsal, so I'm just really embracing the autumn pumpkin spice season.
Oh, yeah. You got those PSLs on lockdown over there?
I have had 2 PSLs.
Oh, love it. And also joining us today, Kelsey Bernard Ordway. Did not know that was Kelsey's middle name. Kelsey, it is great to see you, my friend. It's been such a long time. How you doing?
I'm doing great. My team is not.
It seems like a theme.
Yeah. We're struggling.
No, you know what? I'm struggling with you, Kelsey. It's been a rough stretch for me as well. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all the fun stuff. Stuff to get through today, some news, more injuries. It is currently byepocalypse, byemageddon, whatever you want to call it in fantasy land. Yeah, it's rough in the streets right now. So, man, we've got some recaps to get into. Power rankings, of course. We got Kelsey's power rankings in there too. And yeah, man. Kelsey, you remember last year we talked about you working with monkeys for like 15 minutes. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. Mm-hmm.
And you informed Taylor and I that you're no longer working with monkeys.
That is true. That's 100% true.
And what is it that you're doing? Because it sounded like when you said it, it was just like, one of those moments where it just like goes right over my head because it just sounded so much more like smart than anything I could ever do. What's your new gig?
So my new gig, same company, different department. I moved from what I was doing to now I'm in the bioanalytical chemistry department, and I am a samples chemist. So I am tasked with basically getting biological samples of whether it's preclinical or clinical trials that are drug companies trying to get FDA approval process for a drug. I take their biological samples and I analyze the drug concentration and identities of all of the regular drug and metabolites in whatever media they give me.
So as a biological sample, are you like talking like poop?
Not we don't usually take. I mean, we can, but it's not like we wouldn't just get like a raw poop sample. It would be what's called fortified in different. We'd use different chemicals like acetonitrile or methanol, and it would be fortified in that. So,
Wow.
So if I sent you like my poop in a box, what could you could you like tell me like my personality type or something like that? Is that
no? So if you ingested a drug that is either of question or of knowledge, like I think somebody, like let's say you get drugged at a bar and you get a blood sample, you can send that to my lab, and my lab will analyze that sample and tell you how much of a chemical or what kind and what the chemical actually is. So.
Whoa. That's crazy.
Yep. So how much do you miss the monkey scale of 1 to 10?
It's like a 5, but it's like a 5, but it's like personalities miss those. Don't miss the poop throwing. So
Lots of poop so far. We're off to a strong start.
You know it's a strong start when that happens. So I see. Kelsey just took a drink over there.
Can you get me another beer, please?
yep.
What do you have for us tonight, Kelsey?
Speaking of, can you get me another beer, please? Evan, this is the Party at the Moon Tower by Latitude 42. I've been trying to get him to drink this.
Nice.
This is a really, really good double IPA.
Latitude 42's got some pretty good beer. I haven't been there in a long time, but they got
I
some
live
good
right
stuff.
next to it.
Do you really? Wait, the one in... Aren't there two? Is there one
Portage.
downtown? Oh, no, you live in
Yeah.
the Portage one.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm right next to that one.
Oh, my gosh. That brings me right back.
Geek out over this.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I know exactly where Kelsey lives now based on him saying that he lives right by Latitude 42. I am drinking a beer. It's a Norwegian beer. Kviik IPA. I don't really know. It's from Boulevard here in Kansas City, but Taylor, I wanted to point it out, and you can see it on YouTube if you're watching. It says Skull on it for your Skull Vikes, which from what I understand is that Skull is the real Norwegian name, and the Vikings turned it into Skull.
Yeah, we
Like
Americanized
the Minnesota
it.
Vikings turned it into Skull.
Yeah, we Americanized it. I did wear my Vikings jersey to work on Monday in honor of
Wait, hold on. Rephrase that. Your Kirk Cousins Vikings jersey, right?
Okay, that was not necessary. I wore the jersey to school in honor of our best record so far this season since before the season began. It's our best record since we were 0-0. So, Skull.
I need to. And Taylor, I see you're drinking something in a green bottle. Is it Sprite?
No, it's not Sprite, but it tastes kind of similar. This is Topo Chico with the twist of lime.
Ooh.
But can you give me a second? I want a beer. I'll be right back.
He's getting a beer. Okay, in the meantime,
I was gonna go Sans beer,
and I convinced him. Yes, please go grab your beer. In the meantime, Kelsey, we need to talk about this, and I'm gonna ask Taylor when he gets back too. The Spartans are 7-0 now. We're 7-0.
Yeah.
We've got a bye week. We've got Michigan on the docket in 2 weeks over Halloween weekend.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean, are we the real deal? Is this end stretch of the season going to be the downfall of our season? What are your thoughts on this football team?
So I think we have a really, really big advantage having the bye week. I think personally we have the best chance of beating Michigan this year that I've seen in the past couple of years. I don't even know how we won last year, but we did. I think if we can beat Michigan, I think it's going to be a close game. And I mean, if you look at the teams, when Michigan played Nebraska, they were right there with them. We did the same thing with Nebraska. I think these two teams are going to play really. It's going to be an ugly game, I think. And if we win that one, that's cool. But I think the end of the season is going to be so. I mean, you can't get your hopes up because what do we have? Penn State and Ohio State back to back right after. So
it's brutal.
I don't know.
Taylor, what are your thoughts on? Yeah, I mean, they look good. I mean, the offense is actually playing football. They seem more aggressive this year. Taylor, what do you think about? I asked Kelsey about the upcoming Michigan game. What are our thoughts on that? And for me, up until this point, I think these next, after the bye week is going to be real telling for this football team because, like Kelsey said, Michigan and then a couple other opponents, but then it's Penn State, Ohio State to finish the season. What do you think about this Mel Tucker Spartan football team?
What do I think? I think
he's Taylor's the realist here. Taylor's going to bring us back down to earth.
This is coming from a place of trauma, y'all. It's coming from I was the biggest Spartan fan growing up, in middle school, and then just constantly having my heart ripped out by game after game. Even then, we were pretty blessed with in our Spartan fandom. I mean, if you look at before the 2000s, it's horrible. But what do I think? I think that we obviously stand a really good chance. The game is in East Lansing.
It's in East Lansing, which is huge.
That's big.
Huge.
I don't know. I'm not impressed with Michigan, really.
I never am, to be clear, but I get your point. Continue.
I think that's going to be like the best college football game. Not like I don't think it's going to be as high scoring as like Texas Oklahoma, but I think it's going to be such a gritty, brutal game. I am looking so forward. And I talked to Thomas about this. What do you guys think about this? I'm at the point where like if we beat Michigan and then lose every other game the rest of the year, I would rather have that than to like lose to Michigan, like beat Maryland, maybe like beat Penn State. Like I would rather beat Michigan and then lose the rest.
I totally agree with you. Yeah, I agree with both of you too. I think this is going to be a traditional smash mouth Big Ten rivalry game. Like, I mean, I would love nothing more for it to the final score to be like 10-7, of just like a giant, defensive, slugfest, and I think that'd be fun to watch. All right.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on? I sent this out in the group text, and I think nobody wanted to respond to it. Maybe because
Tuck is not coming to LSU. Don't do that to me, Taylor. Don't do that to me.
Are you just trying to not like let that energy enter your life?
Look, I think he garners the respect of other bigger football programs for sure. But please, gosh, this is his second year, man.
Well, I know. I read it though, but like he was in his first year at Colorado. This is LSU we're talking about.
I don't know who wants to go to LSU.
I don't think so.
Kelsey's over there showing the money fingers.
Money talks.
Yeah.
I really, really hope not. Also, the beer I have is amazing.
Now what are you drinking?
I think it's called Chelly's White. I think this is an Austin beer. Yes, brewed in Austin. It's a Belgian-style wheat beer.
There you go.
Brewed with orange peel and coriander.
Beautiful. Ooh, that sounds pretty good.
Really good.
All right, nice. All right, well let's move back into pro football. How about some news?
News from around the league.
Oh, more injuries. Chris Carson was put on IR along with Russell Wilson, and then Alex Collins got injured. So that's cool. Seattle's having running back problems, and so are the Cleveland Browns. Nick Chubb will not play tonight against the Broncos, and Kareem Hunt is out for quite a while. Calf injury, not really sure. It wasn't Achilles related, which is good, so it's not season ending, but we don't really know when we're going to see Kareem Hunt. Also, Baker Mayfield not playing tonight, dealing with a torn labrum in his shoulder. And I think Teddy B is not playing tonight either. I thought I saw something pop up today that he didn't practice, and maybe he'll play. I don't know if I thought I saw that he didn't practice at least. So, the primetime Thursday night game went from an okay, to be honest, a lopsided Browns win to a game that is just like interceptions every other, drive. I don't know. We'll see. But we have been blessed with fantastic like single primetime games, so maybe it'll be good. I don't know.
I will say I have not stayed up to watch a single primetime game yet.
Wow.
I am like fast asleep by like the first series, and I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah, you're on that teacher schedule though. AJ Brown was questionable on Monday. He played. It was an illness, so he had his Michael Jordan game, and he's fine. Kadarius Toney, ankle injury. Oof, gonna be out a while. That's not good for the New York Giants.
They're not putting him on the IR though. I read
they're
that
not.
today.
Yeah, so that's good, but it might be a couple weeks for him. Latavius Murray, ankle injury. Oh, Kelsey's giving us a wave.
Yeah. What is happening to the New York Giants? Look at their injury list. They have a full team of injured people.
It's great, man. It's like everyone is on there. They're just taking turns. Everyone has to take a turn on the IR for the Giants. So they're just spreading the love. So Latavius Murray probably out for at least this week, if not more. Paris Campbell, T.Y. Hilton left the game for the Colts. Not good there. Christian McCaffrey placed on the IR. And
oh, no, Joe. What do you think about that, man?
My
what do you
season
think?
is over. I am reeling. And
remember when you were like calling me, you're like, dude, it's Christian McCaffrey. I think I got it. How do you feel about that now?
I was
no regrets.
No, when I was saying that a couple weeks ago when he was injured, it was like one of those things that's like, I have to convince myself that he's going to come back. And he was, but he must have tweaked something in practice, which was not fun. And just for fun, not that this is fantasy relevant, but the LA Rams, one of their running backs, Jake Funk, went a little too funky on his hamstring, and he left early.
Look out. He's got jokes, ladies and gentlemen.
I got to get my, weekly dad joke in because I know everyone loves him so much. No trades this week in the league. Some waiver pickups, down with sickness, picking up Dearness Johnson for 28 buckaroos. That's not bad. Looks like the next highest was 22, so it was a pretty good spending spree for Thomas. Jarvis Landry added by Evan for $27. Urban Meyer's marriage grabbing AJ Green for $11. Tim grabbing Marquez Callaway for $10. Interesting. Mark Ingram goes to Kevin for $10. Sorry.
I think that was Tim being like, who's projected? Sure.
Speaking of which, Kelsey mentioned he had something to say about Tim. I don't know what it is, but is now the time, Kelsey?
I think now's the time. I texted Tim earlier this week after watching him drop a 24 bomb with Stephon Diggs. And, here's the thing. When I first looked at that trade, I was like, man, first of all, I don't understand how Stephon Diggs is doing so poorly this year. It seems like that's kind of the case for a lot of players who were supposed to be just like me with Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen has been he's been at least number 2 at best. And then who knows, some weeks he gets 10 points and, and then Devontae Adams, how many games did he score 12 points last year? I don't think it was any more than a couple, and he's done it at least twice already. So I'm looking at Stephon Diggs, and Tim dropped a 24 bomb on me. So if Stephon Diggs keeps that, kind of consistency, I don't know, maybe not as lopsided as we think. I'm here to defend Tim a little bit. So
I was defending Tim all last week, and I got to say, I brought this trade up to a good friend of the show, good friend of the pod, Alex Gray. And Alex told me that in his league, the Diggs and who else did Tim get? Diggs and Miles Sanders. That side would have, everyone in his league would have picked that side to win. So that's, it's different. It's different. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, Taylor giving us faces over here. Mark Ingram to Kevin for $10. Hunter Henry to Pooch Top Joe Bottom for $9. Oh, name change. I didn't even realize that. I guess hashtag 2 times become Pooch Top Joe Bottom again, simply because of this last week's matchup, which I will rant about later. And then a ton of defenses and some, Ryan Tannehill's and Tua Tagovailoa's getting picked up.
So we also had another name change, Tom.
Oh, that's right. Thomas.
He was calling. I called him. And he was like, "Dude, thank goodness for Chuba." And he's like, and then I said, "Yeah, come on now, Chubas." And he was like, "Oh my gosh, I need that." But then fantasy ESPN, Joe, your face right now. ESPN blocks that name out. It's inappropriate.
What?
So come on now, Chubas. Couldn't be in there.
Really interesting.
So now he's down with sickness, which I like that too.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Better than
like
Stat Pad for out with the old.
Well, he does have Stafford though, so it makes sense. Don't give me that look, Taylor. We're gonna. Oh gosh, Taylor's gonna make me mad all.
I know.
All show here. All right. I think it's time to drown in my sorrows. Are you guys ready?
Matchup recap.
Okay. Oh boy.
You have the floor.
I'm gonna save it for last because it was the game. No, it wasn't the game of the week. I'm sorry, it wasn't. We'll just go down the road here. Urban Meyer's marriage finally getting his first win.
Yeah.
Over Dak Chubb Show 135.85 to 124.85, solely on the back. Well, not really, but mostly we just need to talk about Derrick Henry.
What is there to talk about? I mean, he's just insane. I mean,
if we redid the draft today, guys, I want both of your takes on this. Is Derrick Henry the number 1 pick?
Well, obviously, yeah. I mean, knowing what we know now, absolutely.
Okay, let me rephrase this for you, Kelsey.
That horse.
If Christian McCaffrey was healthy right now, Derrick Henry or Christian McCaffrey is the number one pick?
Oh, wow, that's kind of tough. Honestly, I would be tempted more so with knowing how the Titans are not using Julio as much as they should. I mean, I thought at the beginning of the season, I'm like, this could be hurtful, I think, to, the receiving core, because obviously you get Julio. I mean, he's like a generational talent. But seeing how they actually suck in the passing game, I watched the last game and it was kind of tough to watch. I think I still take Derrick Henry, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, he's just too good, man. I mean, it's crazy. Taylor, it's never too late, defeating Thomas down with Gesickus 166.75 to 119.65. Cooper Kupp is so good at football.
Dude,
man. Another two titles.
That's another one. Where did that come from?
I mean, I will say, and I feel like I say this every week, Taylor called it. So good on you. Yeah, I asked you last week if you were afraid because Thomas obviously had Stafford and he was throwing to Cooper Kupp, and Stafford had almost 28 points, but Kupp had 34. So, and Aaron Rodgers for you too had 25. So it was basically a 0 for 0 in terms of Rodgers versus Stafford, but Cooper Kupp is good at football. The next rivalry game of the week, we're going to skip.
Come on, get in there, Joe.
Pooch Top Joe Bottom obliterates the Teddy Brewskis 194.85 to 132.75. Here's my rant, okay? And Pooch and I were texting back and forth too. Dude, I'm so angry because I would have beaten everyone in the league except for Taylor and Pooch.
Okay, hold on. I'm looking at it right now, and that is not true. You also have Urban Meyer's Marriage currently.
Okay, right, because
number 10 in our power
Derrick.
rankings.
I would have lost to Derrick.
Alert.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Pooch came on the show last week and was like, "Dude, my team's so bad. Our points for is terrible. His average score per week is so low." And then whenever he plays me, he just goes off for last year it was the 220 or 219 point game. And then this year it's 195. It's and here's the thing. I played the best lineup I could. My team put up some good numbers for the scrubs that started for me. I mean, Khalil Herbert, man, what? Who's this guy? Dude, so disappointed. So disappointed. So congratulations, Pooch. You tore my heart out again. Just disappointing. Kelsey, you also lost this week. Maybe you can join me. You lost to Tim, hide and seek, 132.15 to 103.15. You talked about Diggs putting up 24 points on you, which was disappointing.
Yeah. I think more than Tim playing an excellent game, his team playing an excellent game, my team played a horrible game. Devonta Smith, absolute scrub. The Slim Reaper, he's a scrub. And I don't know what the Washington football team is doing to me, but I'm almost sold out on Antonio Gibson at this point.
Wow. I mean, he is
That's
injured.
all I got.
He's got a stress fracture, so he might be out because with stress fractures, the only thing that really helps is time off. So.
Well, now he's diagnosed with a soft tissue injury in his calf.
Oh, not a soft tissue issue. That is
soft tissue issue.
That is the last thing you want is the soft tissue issue. That's not good.
Well, honestly, it's a blessing because now they can just put J.D. McKissick in and stop splitting the shares.
That's true. And I was hot and bothered by Gibson coming into the season, but knew he would have a McKissick problem. But I was hopeful that they would finally get away from that and just see how talented Antonio Gibson is. And that really hasn't happened, unfortunately. It's still been the McKissick, check downs and stuff. So it's kind of been a bummer. And finally, in the game of the week, also looks like the lowest scoring of the week. Really disappointing here. Kevin.
This is like Big Ten football.
Man, this bugs me so much because Kevin is sitting here at 6-0. Look at my staffy. Defeating the Collusion Kings 106.75 to 102.4. I mean, what? Barely breaking 100. And Kevin's 6-0. Evan's 3-3. Golly. I mean, really not much other than like Josh Allen and Dalvin Cook for Kevin. And then Aaron Jones and Mark Andrews for Evan. But that was pretty much it. That's all that kind of happened for him this week. It was a rough week for both of them.
I cried after Monday night's game. Like, I was in tears. It was so close. I was rooting so much for you, Evan, to finally give Kevin his first loss, and so he could just shut up. But here he is, still undefeated.
Well, and here I am trying to trade with Kevin. I won't bring it up on the pod, but
no trade shame there.
I'm not going to trade shame him. I'm just going to say, Kevin, you got to reevaluate the value of your players. Let's take a look at the standings here. In the East, 6-0. Look at my Staffy, first place. Hide and Zeke coming in at second at 4-2. The Collusion Kings at 3-3, and then the Dak Chubb Show at 1-5 in fourth, and Urban Meyer's Marriage at 1-5 in fifth. Over on to the West, still tight. This is why I'm not okay being 2-4, but at least I'm only 2 games back. It's never too late, and we're on top of the West at 4-2. Pooch top, Joe Bottom at second and 4-2. Down with Gasiknas at 3-3 in third. Oh wow, Thomas 3-3-3. That might be good luck. Teddy Brewski's at 2-4, and Herbert and Step Gibson in fifth at 2-4. So Kelsey, we're hanging out in the basement together. We're friends.
Best parties happen in basements.
Yeah, exactly. We're throwing a party. If you guys want to join us, you're more than welcome to.
Marshall's invited.
Marshall's invited. Derrick's invited. Anyone else?
Derrick's invited.
Taylor, you want to join us down there?
No.
You were there last year and you didn't like it.
Yeah, and the year before, and the year before, and the year before.
East-West Bowl, I'm pulling it up right now. I think it was, so last week it was pretty tight, if y'all remember. I believe it was 11-10 in favor of
the West is
the West.
good. And like when we were playing the East teams, we were dominating. And now we're like all beating each other up, and we're all like freaking out about our teams.
Well, no. Fortunately, West versus West does not go into the.
No, I know, but like we're freaking out about our teams. We're making trades. We're all getting scared off here.
I see what you're saying.
And then the West is going off on each other. Like Pujan, wait to score 190 when you're playing an East team. Mm-hmm. Come on, dude.
So looking at the East-West Bowl, the West is still up 11-10. So. We're hanging on. We're hanging on, boys. We're very close. It's getting tight. Again, you can check out all these standings and everything on the league website. Everything is updated, or at least it will be shortly after the recording of this pod. All right. Power rankings time, baby.
Power rankings. Hooah.
All right, coming in at number 10, Urban Meyer's Marriage. Derrick, spoiler alert. We told you earlier, I guess. 1-5. He got the dub this week, though.
Squads. I'm looking at the squads right now, though. Are we sure?
Well, now I will say
Marshall's team sucks. I mean, Derrick's isn't like great, but like. After that bogus trade that he had with Tim, I mean, he's got Brady, Derrick Henry, Jamar Chase has been going off. I don't know. But then I look at like Marshall's and like, ugh. Like, where's the redeeming quality? Brandon Bolden.
Well, again, it's byepocalypse, so you got to look at his bench too. But
it's tough to look at that this week.
Right. So
with Chubb out. You know, foreseeable future, Gronkowski, I mean, touch and go. Claypool has been fighting injury. I don't know.
All right.
Allen Robinson's having to sit there.
Oh, gosh, dude. Allen Robinson, R.I.P.
I don't know. I might have Marshall in 10th, but, I mean, obviously, this is poop versus poop. So
yeah, Marshall's coming in at 9, so not far behind, Derrick. Coming in at 8 is yours truly, baby. I said I should have been at 9 because my team's a dumpster fire right now.
Sandbagging.
But I'm just sandbagging. I like that. I'll take that. I'll take that while I can. Kelsey is above me at 7, Kelsey.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Look at him over there. You happy about that?
Yeah, I'm not sandbagging. I just suck.
I'm not sandbagging. I just suck. I'm gonna save that quote. We're gonna quote you on that. Thomas coming in at 6, not bad. Evan coming in at number 5, not bad.
Oh wait, you mean he wasn't supposed? Oh, I thought he was number 2 last week.
Oh, Evan. Oh, wow. Taylor is throwing.
I'm
some
so
major
salty about
shade.
that. So I was like, seriously, you guys think Evan is number 2 and I'm number 3? And then I mean, look at what happened this week. I mean, Kevin scores 106 and Evan still can't even do anything. So
Yeah, well, it's fantasy for you. Pooch coming in at number 4. Not bad. The big dub over yours truly. Still pains me.
yeah, 4 and 3 right here was real close. This was also
Very close. We actually
pre-show.
talked about this. Usually we don't talk about anything. No, I'm kidding. We do. But this we talked about. This was I think it was 2-1 in favor of Tim. Is that right, Taylor? Were you on Pooch?
I'm on Team Pooch. I just think it's hard. Like he went off this week. Tim apparently is like a fire sale, and he's just selling off every piece. I mean, for free, for nothing. So I think I got Pooch ahead of Tim, but that's fine. I'll be wrong.
All right,
It's fine.
I got Tim at 3 in here on the consensus. Tim's team's been pretty good. Had a nice, okay-ish week.
Yeah,
Beat,
okay. Number 3. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh no, Tim had a good week. There we go. How about that? And then coming in at 2-1, Taylor, you're finally at 2. Congratulations, you are number 2. As in all the meanings that come with being number 2. You are number 2 in everyone's heart. And Kevin,
it's a good poop themed podcast right now. I like it.
we're really bringing the poop. Kevin's still sitting on top at 1, unfortunately. Man, I'm hoping this. I don't know who plays Kevin this week. Do we know? Well, I guess we'll get into that, won't we? So yeah, there you have it. Power rankings. And while I'm speaking of that, look at this segue. Pro segue. I'm in mid-season form. Let's check out who Kevin's playing this week.
Matchup preview.
All right, week 7 is upon us, which means we have 10 weeks after this this week. Wow, I can't talk. I'm sorry. Oh boy, do we have a game of the week, boys? Kelsey, what's the game of the week here?
Yeah, let's leave it to our guest here.
We'll start off with the game of the week. Do you have the matchups in front of you, or do you want to go through them first?
I just I think it's gonna be. Are there any what do you call them? Even teams? Any 3-3s out there playing each other?
So we have a 3-3 team playing a 4-2 team, and a 3-3 team playing a 2-4 team. So those are really your closest ones. Both teams could be 4-3 or 3-4. So okay, so I'll read those two out first. First, we got the Collusion Kings taking on Pooch Top Joe Bonham. Evan sitting at 3-3, Pooch sitting at 4-2. Now these two guys are what, 4 and 5 in our power rankings? Is that what we just said? I can't even remember.
Yes, 4 and 5.
4 and 5 in our power rankings. Looks like it's going to be close. It's bye week, so there's some odd players out there. Looks like Evan's going to start Tua this week.
Love it.
Oof.
Yeah,
Tua turn the ball over.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to read the projected scores because everyone, due to the bye, has people like not in their lineups and stuff. So I'm not even going to bother with that. Teddy Bruschi is taking on Down with Kasiknis. Teddy Bruschi is at 2-4, taking on Down with Kasiknis at 3-3. This is a west on west game here, so this is crucial in the division. Oh boy. And I got to face Stafford and Kelsey this week. Man, that's the worst thing about being a Chiefs fan is watching the Chiefs. Oh my gosh, Kelsey, that eyeball. Whoa. Is watching the Chiefs and rooting for the Chiefs to win, and then watching, Kelsey or Hill or Mahomes just drop a 30 burger on you. And it's just not fun, man.
Hey.
What's that?
A 30 burger?
30 burger, baby. What do you have?
Late night craving.
Kelsey's about to get up and make some food.
Oh, there we
I'm
go.
about to
A
make
30
a 30
burger, perhaps? There we go.
Tim dropped a 30 burger on me last week.
There you go. The Dak Chubb Show taking on Look at My Staffy. Oh, Marshall, can you do it? Marshall's 1-5, taking on 6-0.
If
Kevin.
Dak Wiener could make
That's the
Kevin make a 6-1.
Oh,
6-1.
game of the week.
No.
Game of the week.
That's the game of the week. The game of the week, you heard it here first, is Dak Wiener versus Look at My Staffy.
I will buy a
not know they
Steelers
played.
jersey if
Of who?
Marshall wins.
If Marshall wins that game with the players he has on bye or injured, I don't know.
I'm gonna say this for you, Taylor. If Marshall wins this game, you need to buy a Ben Roethlisberger jersey.
Oh God!
Yeah, exactly. Yes, that's the
Oh.
jersey you're buying. Not
Not
Najee.
only
Not
not only is it Steelers, it's Roethlisberger on the back.
Mhm. So now you'll be the proud owner of a Ben Roethlisberger and Kirk Cousins jersey.
Hey, Roethlisberger Super Bowl winning champ.
Oh dear! Fourth game of the week. It's never too late. And Taylor at 4-2 taking on Kelsey. Herbert and Steph Gibson at 2-4. Duke it out, boys. How are we looking this week?
I mean, I'm about to smash. I don't know what. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. I feel like you're asking me to like pick on a 6-year-old right now.
Oh wow!
I got a bunch of scrubs on my squad, man. The Slim Reaper's a scrub. Antonio Gibson's a scrub. I honestly don't know what happened to the Justin Herbert squad last week, but that was one of the worst games I've ever watched in my life. So
It was a weird game.
I don't know.
Can you change your
It
name
was
to
strange.
the Scrub Squad? I think that's all what we
I can
need.
do that.
That's what we need in our life is the Scrub Squad.
I can do that.
Last game of the week, hide and seek at 4-2, taking on Urban Meyer's Marriage at 1-5. The boys who made the trade are now playing each other with the people that they traded for. Except Tim doesn't have Stephon Diggs because it's bye week, so maybe it's just Derrick playing all the pieces he got against him. I'm just realizing that now. Yeah, so that's kind of a bummer. But whoops, yeah. I
Looking
think.
forward to these. This is
Where's
gonna
the
be a good
oops
week.
drop?
Oh, I got it. Here, let me drop an oops on Tim. Here you go, Tim. Just for you, especially for Tim. So yes, game of the week. You heard it here first. Dak Wiener versus Look at My Staffy. That's it. Oh boy, come on, Marshall.
Battle of the Wieners.
Do us a solid here. Pigskin Pick'em. Oh boy, let's pull it up. We've got a new person on top, Taylor. It's not you.
Girl, what you talking about?
You know that, or are you tied? Oh, I'm sorry. You're
Yeah,
tied
I think
for
we're tied.
first.
Yeah, I didn't have a good week.
I'm sorry. Ethan Shantz and Taylor are tied at 1. Okay, and in second is Nathan Frost, and then Eli Lake is at 4th.
Joe, did you actually?
What does
submit
this tell us?
Did you
I don't know
submit
if
your
I
picks
did
this
because
week, or?
it looks like I didn't, but I could have sworn I did because we were on the pod last week. So maybe I didn't. I'm like all the way down in, I don't know, 8th place. It's not great.
I will say this though: this Ethan Shantz kid, I don't know who he is, but we have the same.
Legend.
We're both tied for first because we have the same number of wins, but he has 10 less losses than I do. So I'm 51-43 on the year. He's 51-33. So if this kid, I mean, I don't know, I bet he's not of a ripe age to be able to gamble. But if he would have on these games for real, this kid's gonna be sitting in some dough.
Yeah, that's pretty darn impressive, man. Most common right this week was the Cowboys beating the Patriots. Cowboys were favored by 4.5, and they got it done.
Everybody picked the Cowboys.
Everyone picked the Cowboys. The one that everyone got wrong though was the Eagles and Bucks. Bucks were favored by 6.5, and the Eagles covered the spread there. So everybody got that one wrong. Kelsey, will you grace us with your lock it down pick of the week?
It's gonna be the Motor City Lions.
Woo, let's go! Lions are dogs by 16.5 versus the Rams in LA. Why are you picking the Lions?
Because they're going to be taking out every kneecap on the way down.
Oh, baby. Are you a big fan of Dan Campbell?
No.
No, really?
No, not at. I mean, he's cool and all, but and it's not his fault. But I was meaning to say, I was like, man, I hope I get on the pod so I can talk about this. I don't think anybody on the Lions defense, with the exception of maybe like 2 players, would start on any other roster. I don't think they would.
Wow. Yeah, the defense.
I don't think the receivers would.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's nobody in that wide receiver.
Well, y'all almost beat the Vikings, so that was good. I had about like 15 of my friends that they just every time the Vikings looked like they're about to lose, they just text me "skull," and
maybe I should start doing that.
It's humiliating, but yeah, Lions, they almost got the first dub off the backs of the Vikings. So
don't forget, they almost beat the Ravens too, which is kind of shocking. Speaking of the Ravens, I am taking the Ravens as my lock it down pick of the week. They're favored by 6.5 against Cincinnati in Baltimore. Look, I love Cincinnati this year. They're playing really good football, but the Ravens are playing better football. I mean, we're watching Lamar put on a show. It's been something spectacular to watch. They've been amazing at home. So I will smash the Ravens over the Bengals this week. Tay, who you got for us as the lock it down pick of the week?
I got the Panthers 2.5. I went Giants last week. They were 10.5 point dogs. I'm like, they'll cover, and I think they scored 3 points. So I am taking the Panthers. They're -2.5 here,
and they're playing the Giants this week.
And they're playing the Giants, so I'm taking Panthers.
I love it. And how about Big Tays?
Oh gosh,
big upset of the week. Which, by the way, you're 4-2 in the big upset. Which is pretty good.
I will say, like, this year I'm doing real well. In my other leagues, I'm in fantasy. I'm 5-1. I'm 4-2 in the other, and I should have won this past week. It was like a 1-point game or something like that. And then in this one, I'm 4-2 as well. And last year, I was terrible, awful in every single one of them. But this year, I'm doing really well in the leagues. We're doing well at this one, and I'm gonna do well this week because of the Bears. I'm taking the Bears plus 13.5 at the Bucks.
Oh, this is risky.
The Bucks, I'm not saying this because I think they're going to win. I just think they're going to cover. And 13.5 is a lot. The Bucks defense has not been impressive. Obviously, their offense is incredible. I think that they'll win, but I do not think – I think the Bears are going to score, they're going to be able to score on the Bucks. So I'm taking that spread. I was hoping for like as big of a spread as the Lions have, but I'll still take the Bears here.
This is still a giant spread. I honestly,
I'm taking all the dogs this week. If
anyone's going to do it,
it's the Lions, Kelsey's Lions. I'm taking them all.
All right, I love it. Kelsey, do you have anything to grace us with on the last few minutes of the pod? Any rants you need to get out? Any frustrations? Any triumphs you'd like to emphasize?
Yeah. I don't know if I have a rant, but just what the heck? Just what the heck happened? What happened to my team? What the heck?
You're another draft.
That's it. Wow, short and sweet.
Yeah.
Just what the heck?
Riding the high of the draft like our good buddy Evan. Is that right?
Yeah.
I feel that. I kind of am too because, oh boy, it's not good. All right, boys. Well, that's going to do it for us this week on the Official League Podcast. Great to have you all with us. Kelsey, great to see you again. To hear about your new gig. No more monkey poo. We have to close the show out on a pooey note as well. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. Ladies and gentlemen, until next week, we'll see you then. Peace out, guys.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Bands Make Her Dance Fantasy Football League Podcast.